What's up, guys? How you guys doing? It's your boy. I just got done with Focus 10, and it was amazing. So, before I get to that, a few of you guys did hit me up in the in my DMs to get on that list, that email list, so that I can share those Focus 3 with, and we had a lot of fun. I finally got the email out. I had a lot of fun trying to make a distro list. I've never done that before. So, but it's good. It's good because now anyone that gets that email will have the emails of a bunch of other people too. So that's good. Like, more people getting connected. If anything, like, now I have an email, like, I have a list of people that I can email important things to, because, like, I get some really important shit sometimes, and I don't have anyone to share it with. So, eventually I have to make, like, a website or something. I don't know. I kind of like not having a place, though, because it kind of makes it, like, it's like, you never know when you get the email, and then you're like, dang, dude, look at this cool stuff. Anyway, so, Focus 10, guys. Focus 10. So, got my notes here. My travel notes. I didn't draw a little picture today, but that's okay. Today really wasn't very visual for me. It was more, like, experiential, I guess. Like, I felt it more in my body. Where yesterday I felt like I was, like, really in my imagination in a good way. This one I felt like I was also still there, but, like, it was like my body was way more relaxed than it was yesterday. And I got there were some really cool, like, things that they showed. So anyway, let me explain what they did first. So first we did the energy box. So we remember that we would close our eyes and then boom, put the energy. You put your ball of energy or your material world into that box, and then you close the lid, and then you be yourself. This time when I was doing it, I felt a lot of, like, vibration in my toes and my feet. And I just felt kind of like all the worries of today. Like, I'm supposed to go hang out with my friend today. Like, I had, like, things I was thinking about, like the focus thing. I was thinking about emailing you guys. I was thinking about doing this live after. Like, all that stuff I had to, like, put in a box and be like, all right, dude. Like, it's not useful right now. Like, you have to do this thing to do all those things. So you gotta do this thing, do it well. And I always kind of remember, like, the saying. I think it's like when you do something. And you do something correctly, then, like, the Tao is with you. If you do something and, like, you fuck it up while you do it, then, like, the Tao is, like, you're not on the Tao, like, you're not with the way, or you weren't paying attention, pretty much. And so I was like, okay, dude, I gotta make sure I really pay attention. I always think about that anytime, like, I try to do something silly, like shoot a basket or, like, a trick of some sort, like, or a little thing. If I don't, I'm not focusing, I get it wrong. It's like, that wasn't with me. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I was doubting myself. If I was imagining my success, it would have happened. But all right. So the next thing we did was the toning, and I felt like the breathing techniques, like, really, like, charged me up because it's pretty early, and I was feeling a little tired still, and I was kind of nervous that, like, I hope I didn't want to fall asleep in the middle of the meditation, and so but when I did the toning. I felt like it really, like the vibrations of the tones really got my body awake and active, and I felt, I just felt more awake and and also focused. Like, I think, like, just like I guess the focusing on the breathing and then, like, the toning, like the ooh, like that's your mind is doing something now, and I guess it likes that. So, like, my brain does, at least, like, when it because sometimes I need something to kind of get me off of everything, and just, like, toning and, like, having an objective and, like, kind of clearing it makes me feel really, like, relaxed in a sense. And then we started the Focus 3, so they did the countdown. But dude, this time when they did the countdown, he was like, all right, we're gonna go into Focus 3, and he's like, we're gonna start at 3, and then we're gonna go down to 1. At 1, you're gonna be, really relaxed and out of your body and all types of stuff. And but when he said, like, 3, like, I just felt like my whole body was so excited to do this that, like, I had, like, a Dragon Ball Z reference. Like, it just was, like, powering up, like, 3, 2, and then 1, bah! Like, I just felt like I was trying to imagine myself, like, blasting off out of my body in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I was just so excited to do it. But I also, like, when I was doing this, I was making sure that I was doing it in a relaxed way. Because there's, like, a difference between, like, forcing, you know, like, and, and just, like letting it flow, and then like that feeling of energy rushing, like that whoosh, 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 that Dragon Ball Z characters like kind of think of, like, in like that is actually, like, I think of that as the energy rushing through me. Like, it's not me pushing it, it's rushing through me. And the less, like, the more, or I guess the less resistance I could like allow, like, if I can just, like, the more I can relax myself, the more the chi can run through me. And so, like, by focus 3, I was just like, whew, and it just felt like this sweep of energy. And I was really focused, but like my body was chilling, so I was ready. And then he was like, okay, now we're gonna go into focus 10, the ultimate relaxation technique. And I was like, all right, dang, all right. And then I started getting, like, dude, I was in my imagination. I started getting real anime with it. And I was like, all right, he's gonna teach me the ultimate relaxation technique. This is like one of my first techniques to learn. I have to really pay attention. Like, if I'm considering this as like a martial art of the brain, you know, I feel like the ultimate relaxation technique is something I'd want to learn. All right, so as he was talking about it, he was talking about letting your face relax, and like letting the tension, like you're letting your jaw relax, like the tension come out of your eyes and stuff like that. And I didn't realize how much tension I really kept in my jaw and in my eyes. Like, he was talking about relaxing the muscles in your eyes, and I was like, dude, I never really thought about relaxing that. And because I've, like, by this time your brain is ready for more mental suggestion. Like, you're in that creative space. Like, focus 3 gets you in the part where, like, if you think something, like, if you ask your brain to do something, or you tell your brain you're going to do something, it just does it. Like, it stops resistance. But I focus, like, and then in focus 10, when you're telling yourself, like, yo, like, relax your eyeball sockets, like, your whole eyeballs are just like, like after this, like, after the meditation, like, I couldn't see straight for a little bit. Like, I was too relaxed. I was like, oh, fuck. So, oh, hey, Tyron. But yeah, it was very, very good. This guy's ultimate relaxation technique was on part. He had us relax the jaw, relax the muscles in your eye, then relax, like, all the spots in your head, and then relax your neck. And then, like, he was like, let all of that, like, seep into your brain. And I was like, oh, dang, my whole brain's about to get more relaxed. And I just felt like my brain, like, I saw this mental image of, like, my brain just, like going, like deflating a little bit. It's just relaxing, you know? And then he said, like, take all that relaxation, and he's like, and now start having it, like, filter to the rest of your body. And then he starts doing, like a you know, from, I guess, like, from feet to head scan. He starts at your feet, and then he goes, like, from your shins down, and then from your knees down, and then from your thighs down. And, like, my whole body just started getting so limp and relaxed that I noticed that I was able to move more in the in my imaginated space than I usually do. Like, normally, like, when I'm doing this stuff, like, I usually have, like, a hand posture, and I'm able to kind of, like, just move, like, my body through, like, my consciousness. But because I was doing this ultimate relaxation technique, like, I felt like, I don't know, it almost felt like I was moving more normally. Like I could, like, I felt like I could move, but my body wasn't moving. Like, it was just my mental body, where I was so used to, like, teleporting, like, every time I would do it before, because I never would relax my body all the way. So I'm used to just, like, being able to, like, mentally move myself. But when I was doing this technique, I felt like I could move my hands. Like, I felt like I was moving my hands, but I wasn't. And it was, like, on a whole different level. It was really cool. It was definitely worth, like, experiencing. Like, this shit's dope. And then, let me see what else. I had, yeah, I felt like there was, like, this really, like, this big feeling of like, being empty, and, like almost like void. Like, it just felt really, really, like, I, like, emptied myself out. And, one of the things I was telling myself, while I was doing this, was that, like, I've done this a million times. Like, I tried to do it as if I was a master. Like, I was trying to perform it, in a sense, so that, like I would kind of eliminate the doubt in my head, because like sometimes when you do something for the first time, sometimes you're like, oh, I want to do it like hyper specific, like I want to make sure I do this like correctly, the right time. Like I kind of get like that sometimes. And so what I told myself was that like I'm a master, like I've done this a million times, and instead of like me imagining myself doing it for the first time, I was imagining myself as someone who's done it a million times before, and this is just like part of my daily life. And I felt like when I had that mindset, I feel like it changed the outcome. Like I feel like it made an even deeper impression on my psyche. Because I do feel like this is in a bit like self hypnosis in a sense. Like the way he like talks and like the countdowns and stuff like that. Like I do kind of feel it in that nature. So I wanted to make sure. I was like, dude, if I'm in a highly suggestible state right now and I put myself there, then I could add some extra little spice in there. You know what I mean? So I always tell myself like, yeah, I've done this a million times, and I imagine myself like have done it a million times, and it makes you feel like it was always normal. You know what I mean? Like you always knew how to do it. And then you have then he started breaking down the mental gestures. So that was the real lesson. So I thought the ultimate relaxation technique was the thing he was going to teach me. No, that was just something he was doing on me. So that was like so sensei like relaxed my whole face and then made my whole body relaxed, and then he showed me the two gestures that he gave us today. So he had a gestures, and then he had a mental about a body rebalancing. So we'll start with the gestures. He told me this one, like, so during this space, like while I was in this space, I started to notice that I was like, dude, how do I like keep focus? You know what I mean? Because like I'm in this completely black area, and like I'm following his voice, but there's a lot of pauses in between his voice where your mind can kind of wander and stuff. And so I was like, how do I keep that like light of consciousness burning? And then he revealed this gesture, and it was talking about like as a body stimulation gesture. So he's like, take the pointer finger on your right hand and put it on the back of your neck, and in your waking life, when you do this, you're gonna feel more alert and attentive. And even as I'm doing it right now, I feel like my whole spine feels like it's gotten like a bit straighter, and like I feel like I'm more attentive. But when I did it when I did it mentally, I felt like if there was a light behind my eyes, then the light got brighter. Like it was like, and I felt like I was pulling like energy from my finger and like putting it into my mind, like into that space, and it was helping me like stay focused. Like it was helping me ground myself in that mental space, and I thought that was really useful. And I mean, like it kind of reminded me of that show. I think it was like Perceptual or something like that. It was on Amazon. Peripheral. There you go. And when they had like the gestures and stuff like that when they were in their smart bodies and they were able to do certain things, and this was kind of like one of them. And I was like, dang, dude, what if we can just program our own little smart gestures into ourselves, like subconsciously through these meditative techniques. And I mean, I'm gonna use it like as if it happened. Like I know that these things really like work. Like I know about the placebo effect is very strong, and so it's really important that like when you do these exercises that you really believe in that they're happening, because your brain like works that way. Like it's belief based, and it does a lot. So why not engage with it? But yeah, I definitely felt like a strong surge of energy when I did that, and it helped me ground myself into that mental space better. And the last gesture was 2 fingers on the forehead, and he was saying that this was going to help with like mental recall. He's like, if you need to recall any memories or anything like that, when you even in your waking time, you just put your 2 fingers on your head and you think about whatever you're trying to remember, and you'll get it. And I was like, oh dude, that sounds dope, I'm gonna try that. And immediately, like I said, I had that DBZ reference. I had like Piccolo, and he was just like powering up his special beam cannon. But I had to stop thinking about Dragon Ball Z. But I just felt like this session was just very Dragon Ball Z session. It just felt like that to me. But yeah, so I started to recall some stuff, And I realized that when I was recalling in the mental space, like it was getting projected into that blackness that I was into the blackness of the mental space, and I was like, oh shit, I can't do this too much, because then I'll lose focus in by like kind of focusing on one of these memories, and I didn't want to do that too much, so I I stopped doing it, but I knew it worked because I did try it, and I was like, oh shit, okay, this is good, and so yeah, I also told myself that I have done this a million times. Like, it felt so familiar, and I think watching Dragon Ball Z and like all the anime and stuff like that, like using gestures and like learning these things and like kind of thinking it from the mindset of like I'm getting taught by like some fucking psionic, master from my phone or some shit like that. He's teaching me how to astral project or something. Like that's fun things that I like to imagine when I'm doing these things to to keep myself excited. Like, I'm giving myself some type of story, so I have fun with it. And I think that will really enhance my ability to like absorb and have fun with these techniques. And I think that like giving yourself a story or like making yourself feel like kind of like a hero or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just fun. It's fun, and I think that it's good. And plus, like it's bringing us together. So if this stuff seems interesting to you, if you want to if you want to do this along with me, you could you can DM me your email, and I will send you my file. You could do it too, and it's an audio file, so you just put it on with some headphones, and you just relax, and it's really good. I think that it's an important time for people to learn these techniques while we're all going through our awakenings and at different levels of it. But I feel like if you're attracted to this video and you are attracted to learning these techniques, then I think that it's definitely like I want to help as many people as possible. Like I love this world, and I love all the people in it, and I feel like a lot of people are ready to connect with spirit, and in the spirit of themselves, and I feel like there's not a lot of guidance because of like just the way that everything is. Like, no one knows which direction is the correct way, and I think that there is no real correct way. I think that just having some guidance is important, and so yeah, I'd like to do this with you guys. If it's something that you're interested in, like I said, please DM me. I can get you on the email chain, and that way we can share experiences, we can talk. I also have a Discord. It's been kind of asleep for a little bit, but we can resurrect it if there's something that you guys want to do together and like talk and like share notes and do all that type of stuff. Like, I have a place for that. Let me know if you're interested. It's called the Starseed Collective, and you guys can join us. All it takes is a DM. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.